One of my biggest problems is ADD. Not being able to concentrate, not being able to focus. I have a big history test. So much to study. Let's do this. Hey, what's up? No, I'm just studying. I can talk for as long as you want. Okay, man. Hey, yeah. Thanks for calling. Oh, ancient aliens. I love ancient aliens. Hey, do you believe in aliens? Oh, no, you didn't. Can't believe you said that on Facebook. I'm going to prove to you that you are wrong.
And we're live. Hey, what's up? Hey, thanks for having me.
Man, Joe Rogan's so cool. I wish I could be Joe Rogan.
You know, when we first met...
So this is it. One of my biggest problems, ADD. Not being able to focus. Not being able to pay attention. Got a history test maybe that I'm studying for. The next thing you know, I'm on my cell phone. I'm watching Joe Rogan on YouTube. Talking to my friends on the telephone. I'm playing virtual reality. I'm watching Ancient Aliens. 2 hours go by and I realize, man, I have not got any actual studying done. So here's the deal. Ultimately, don't beat yourself up. But also, don't give up. If you say, oh, I can't study because I can't focus, I don't have ADD, and then you're not done studying, and your friends call and say, hey, do you want to go have dinner tonight, or do you want to go to a movie, or do you want to go have drinks, and you go, and then you spend 4 hours with your friends, and the entire time you're with your friends, you're focused and you're enjoying that time, well, guess what? The problem's not that you have ADD. You went and met your friends for 4 hours, and you had a blast with your friends, but then you go back to study and you can't focus. So you got to trick your mind, or not even trick your mind, just start enjoying learning. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't totally mastered this. Just as I was creating this video, I got distracted and the camera was actually on. I didn't even know it was recording. You just caught me literally in an ADD moment. I was creating this video and then got distracted on Facebook. That was not a setup. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm creating a video on ADD and I just got distracted. So I'm not perfect, but I do have some strategies that really help me. Let's think about it. If you got 8 hours in a day and you're gonna work during that 8 hours, or you're gonna study during that 8 hours, and you're bouncing around and you're ADD and you're getting distracted all the time, and then you spend 8 hours and maybe you only got 2 or 3 hours worth of work done. I have never found a way to stay perfectly focused during that 8 hours. I just haven't done it. But I've found ways that I can maybe get more done and stay focused for 4 or 5 hours. These are my strategies on how I do it. The first tip I'm gonna give you is so simple, it's so basic. Let's just get it out of the way. So I close my laptop. I move the phone away from me. I take my video games and I put them in the other room. I tell my friends, I'm not gonna talk to them. I'm studying right now. My cell phone, put it on silent, airplane mode. TV, maybe I study in a room where that's not. Now those are the basic things. Separate yourself from the distractions. You're gonna have less to be distracted by. But if it was as easy as that, we would all just go to a quiet place, study, and stay focused. It's not as easy as that. My first step to tackle ADD, normally the night before, I will write out a list. Everything that I need to focus on the next day. After I have a checklist of what to focus on, this is gonna keep me on track. I decide what's the most important thing for me to do that day. When I wake up in the morning, that has my attention. Okay, this is what we need to get done today. Then when I accomplish something during the day, I check it off. Boom, and I write done. Boom, and I write done. Boom, and I write done. This not only keeps me focused, it gives me a sense of accomplishment, and that's important because you don't want to beat yourself up saying, oh man, I have ADD, I can't focus, blah, blah, blah. That just makes it worse. So make a list. Use it to focus yourself, but also to check things off. The next thing that I do is as I study, I normally have a journal where if I'm studying for a history test, I will have a journal where I take all my history notes in. But I also have a second journal. As I'm studying history, if something pops up in my brain, oh, you need to do this, or you need to call that guy, or here's an idea, I'll get my idea journal out and I will write it down and then I'll push it to the side. What does that do? It tells my brain, hey, don't dwell on this. You've put it in a place where you're going to come back to it later, but let's get back to the task at hand. In other words, the act of just writing it down tells my brain not to worry about it. I'm going to remember it. But also, it deals with it. It deals with it in a way I can get back to the task. Get out in nature. Get out in nature. It wakes up your brain. Oh my gosh, I can't focus. I can't study. I got ADD. Well, go out, go down by the water, go outside, get some fresh air, walk around, and then boom, go back with a fresh brain. Nature is where we come from. Get in touch with your roots. And then if you can study outside, wow, that's even better. The next thing that I do is, as I'm working throughout the day, I know my number one goal, let's say, is to study for this history test. And since I've written it down on a piece of paper and circled it, I know that's my number one goal. Inevitably, I'm gonna catch myself. I'm gonna be on the phone talking to friends. I'm gonna be watching Ancient Aliens. And it's gonna pop up in my head. Dude, how did you get here? What are you doing? This is not what you're supposed to be doing today. At that moment, I don't beat myself up. I don't criticize myself. I take a deep breath. I close my eyes. Clear my mind. Focus. And get back at the task at hand. It's almost like alarm bells go off in my head. I'll be watching TV and then the alarm bells go off. Woo, 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 woo. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're supposed to be studying. Take a deep breath. Get back to study. Another thing that I'll do, and I learned this from Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein has a time management, and I didn't learn it personally from Albert Einstein, but I learned it by reading about Albert Einstein. If he had a conflict or a problem with somebody, he would go and resolve that conflict, or he would go and resolve that problem with them. And then he would go back to working on whatever he wanted to work on. Why? Because if he's trying to create the theory of relativity, and in the back of his mind, he's getting distracted and he's thinking about this conflict with his friend, it's going to hurt his ability to work on the theory of relativity. So he deals with all the issues and all the conflicts almost when they happen, and that actually helps him focus on the task at hand because he's not worried about other stuff. Another thing that I'll do is good nutrition and exercise. Drinking plenty of water. I try to drink 100 ounces of water a day. A dehydrated brain can't focus. I watch what I eat. Too much excessive sugar or excessive salt or junk food. It's going to hurt your memory's ability to focus. I'll try to exercise. I'll go for a walk. A healthy body is a healthy brain. And a healthy brain is going to be able to focus more. Enjoying learning and make it fun. Make it fun like hanging out with your friends. And stop using it as an excuse, because you know you can focus. You know when you're with your friends you don't have ADD, when you're laughing and having a good time. So don't use it as an excuse. Make your studying fun. Learn to love learning in the same way you love hanging out with your friends. But also, if you're not done with studying, if you didn't make progress with it, maybe it is good to go hang out with your friends for a little while, but get back to studying. Don't hang out with your friends for 4 hours, maybe hang out with them for 30 minutes. But make studying your job, make learning your job, and don't take ADD as an excuse. I struggle with it. I have problems with it. I know you struggle with it if you're watching this video, but don't use it as an excuse. I haven't mastered it. I do all these things. I try to get out in nature. I journal. I don't use it as an excuse. I try to make learning fun. I'm still not perfect with it, but I'm getting better. If you're wanting to get better at it, give me a thumbs up, give me a like. I appreciate that. Also, comment down below and tell me if you like any of my tips. Tell me if you struggle with ADD or new videos that you want me to do. Also, I have a memory course called Black Belt Memory. It teaches you how to remember names and improve your memory. If you click the link in the description, I will give you some information on that, as well as a free gift for just clicking that link. I'll see you on the next video.